When last we left off, Spade Slick was being a little completionist. Oh, for crying out loud. Slick, I can tolerate many things from a guest. Oh no, what's going on up there? Oh no, Jack Noir appeared. A wild Jack Noir has appeared. Alright. 2 versus 1. Can Jade and Dave beat Jack Noir? Gonna guess no. Curt manners, egregious womanizing, murdering the help, casual arson, even atrocious candy bowl etiquette. But it is the desecration of a priceless timepiece where I must draw the line. I'm afraid I must now insist that you take your beating quite personally. Oh, okay. I guess the presumption is that the clock ending on just is supposed to indicate that Vriska is dead forever. Unclear. Doesn't really matter whether you consider her death here heroic or just. She is dead. It's over. Break. Oh god. Suddenly, the multi-Dave assault. The trick about the multi-Dave assault is that if any one of them dies, it could mean that the entire jig is up and all Daves are doomed. So it's a risky technique, but no risk, no reward when you're dealing with a monster the capabilities of Slayer Noir. Vriska, wait! Oops, hold on. Tentacle therapist ceased pestering Arachnid's grip. Ectobiologist began pestering Arachnid's grip. Hey, are you there? Well, I did what you said, but I can't tell if it worked. Hello? I hope you didn't fly off to fight Jack yet, did you? I hope not. Anyway, all that stuff you said sounds fun to me. I have Hells of the Cage flicks in my library. I do not even care that you're an alien. You see, Cage is the universal constant which unites us all. Well, if you haven't flown away, I will look forward to your message in the future. It'd be nice to talk about all this stuff that happened. Anyway, bye. Oh, God. Hey. Oh, my fucking hell. This is so insanely awkward and sad. What is? Hang on. Break heads. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, the regular bullets were not working. We have swapped to green plasma ammunition. Also, dear Lord, you broke the book right over his head and he's puking blood. Hey. Carcinogeneticist began trolling ectobiologist. Carcat, was that you? Where's Vriska? She what? Shit, I feel like an asshole for reading this whole thing. What whole thing? You mean what she wrote? Yeah. Why are you snooping around her computer? Because, wow, okay, so let me ask. Did you both actually like each other? Something vaguely resembling actual, genuine, mutual sentiment or whatever. Not some lopsided, pining bullshit. What are you talking about? Did you like her, you windsock-headed shitmouth? Is what I'm asking. Well, yeah. Why? Okay, that's fine then. We'll talk about it later. Talk about what? I need you to be able to think straight. We have important shit to go over, and I don't have much time. And that's what makes Carcat the fucking Knight of Blood. Do you give a fuck about this? Yes? Then we can't talk about it right now, okay? I promise. Pinky fucking swear. I will help you through this, but we cannot do this right now. And that's his leadership style. And so on. And so on. Otto Harley! Sure you can! Alright, like what? Plans. What plans? Never mind that. First, get out of the fucking blackout to a place where I can see you. Leave now. I'll contact you in a while once you've landed. Landed where? Lohack, obviously. Oh, yeah, obviously. Well, how else do you think you're gonna cause the scratch, idiot? Do you even have any clue what's going on? Wait, of course you don't. You're wearing pajamas and giggling at clouds like each one was shaped like the rudest bit of naked anatomy a human can recognize. No, I'm not. I mean, yes, I'm wearing some pretty nice pajamas, but I know lots of things, like about the tumor, which I've already recovered. Wait, I mean, color 000, the tumor, color. Wait, fuck. I mean, yeah, fuck it. The big bomb and some other stuff like that. I'm totally in the loop. Great, awesome. Now get going. So I have to cause the scratch, huh? Okay, I'm done here. Talk to you in 1 second for me. One long, windy fucking journey for you. Cease trolling, began trolling. Okay, hi! You let me down, Sluck. Oh, Jesus Christ. Adagio Redshift. Let's get down to business. Aren't you going to ask me how my journey was? No! It was long and windy and a lot of fun. I really like flying. It's a lot of fun. Oh, I bet it's just the biggest fucking blast a guy can have without a pair of shame globes secured in his 2 trembling fists. You haven't tried it? Every douche got to fly but me. Even the physically disabled. May he rest in peace, I fucking guess. Wait, is that the guy who Vriska killed? Oh god, you actually know? You know what? I give the fuck up trying to understand you and her. Why? Egbert, god damn it, will you shut your mouth and fucking listen? Okay, but is something wrong? What? A while ago you talked to me and it sounded like you were in danger, and it sounds like some people died, but you never told me what happened. Then I got distracted by a lot of crazy stuff. Yeah, something is wrong, or was. A bunch of us died, the end. I don't really want to talk about it. Oh, are you sure? Yes, and not just because, oh, the clock is rapidly ticking down to something we're calling the critical moment. And no, I don't know what that is, so close your reeking question, Geyser, before it asks. But I'm your friend, aren't I? Oh, God. Well, John, I can't handle talking about it, okay? I just got done, dealing with Gamzee, and I'm feeling pretty emotional about it, so please, no. Who's Gamzee? He was my best friend. Really? I thought Terezi was your best friend. Oh, wait, maybe she was your girlfriend? I forget. My think pan. It hurts. It is presently threatening to make its bitch, John. Is that what you want? Do you want your cool alien pal to become the bitch of a raw, throbbing think pan? Such is the scenario before us. Sorry, I don't mean to be nosy. I just want to know some things about your situation. I'm concerned. Gamzee was my very good friend, who was this goofy, lovable bullshit clown until he went psycho and killed some people. I liked him a lot. I don't know, I guess my best friend's really just the guy who I happen to be feeling most sentimental to at the moment. Is this a fucking crime? No, I think I know how you feel. So he killed some people, and then what? So then It's okay, you can tell me. John, trust me, you wouldn't understand. It's just a troll thing. Humans wouldn't get it. You might think I was a shithead, and I can't deal with that now on top of everything, so let's just drop it. Huh. Okay, if you say so. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot. I've been dying to know since I left the battlefield. Do you know if Rose is okay? Did it work? I thought I could rely on you of all people. Doof. Oh, would you look at that? Double doof. Doof on doof action. She's fine. She woke up alive on Durst. Really? That's the rule, John. You kiss a dead player in time, and their dream self takes over. Assuming they still have one. Oh, wow. It's incredible you reached God-tier status without even understanding the most mundane means of resurrection available. Wait, your unfailing cluelessness makes it the opposite of incredible. My mistake. So I guess it would not have worked on my dad then, or Rose's mom. No, but that's exactly what I wanted to picture happening behind the black curtain, John. You snogging up your dead, hatted man loses. Thank you for that mental image. Or Rose's adult woman loses. Maybe a dead woman sweeps your senior is more your cup of sauce, since apparently you are not a homosexual, whatever that means. Not even to speak of your race's absurd qualms with the notion of incest, which again, still sort of wondering how that can even be a thing. Is that your game, Egbert? If you had your eye on Madame Lalonde and you've been waiting for a convenient resurrection opportunity to bust out your most passionate smooch motifs, kept in reserve, and in front of her dead female offspring, no less? Just shameful. Well, she is a very pretty lady, but that seems like a really inappropriate thing to think about, Carcat. You don't say! What are we even talking about anymore? I don't know. I'm frankly pretty upset about finding them dead in the Magic Castle, and I guess I was wondering aloud if something could have been done, or at least maybe to talk about it, without angry tirades being involved. Exactly. You were embarking down Tragedy Lane, and we've got to stamp that garbage out. We can't have you getting all morose while we've got so many irons in the fire. Fuck, loaded phrase. Forget I said that. Just clam your shit up and forget your stupid guardian, like I did with my dear crab monster custodian, who I adored in no way whatsoever. You're being such a douche. Wait, what am I saying? You're always a douche. Yes. Thank you. Your dad was a crab monster? Shut the fuck up. We were talking about something important. Rose, remember? Yes. She's waiting on Durst for your bomb to be delivered. It will arrive safely a little later. Oh, great. How do you know it gets there? Jade told me. What's the... I thought I could rely on you, of all people, to do what it is you do best. Dudley firearms. Phase shift Dave kill. Oh, the poor boy. Oh boy. That looks bad. Jade, from further ahead on your timeline, before my piece of shit clown bro made everything terrible here. She and I were hammering out these plans. I talked to her across pretty much the full spread of her timeline until the scratch starts and the feed cuts out. So I have a sense of the whole picture here, and it's my job now to put some things into motion. Well, that's cool. It's nice to hear you're working together. I should pester Jade and see what she's up to. You should sit your ass tight and do the fuck what I tell you to do. Oh. Anyway, she and Dave do a lot of frog breeding, accelerating the process significantly by exploiting time travel, with help from me and Kanaya, since we were in charge of frog duties in our session. Frog duties? Wait, which one's Kanaya again? Don't interrupt me. I'm following a train of thought. Okay, Kanaya is my other best friend, and she was the hero of space like Jade, which means she's the stoker of the forge and is basically in charge of frogs, which sounds fucking stupid. I know, you breed the right frog to make the universe you want to make, which is a long, arduous process, and I kind of fucked it up on my game, but that's a whole other story, which I'll get to later, okay? Wow, okay. She and Dave ran into Jack, which I'm sure he must have saw coming, because I've never seen anyone exploit time travel so shamelessly as him. Not even Aradia. Aradia? Just another dead troll, who cares? Stop frowning, she was already dead before she died. So she and Dave fought with him a while, and long story short, he got killed. What? But it's fine. I guess that was his plan, like some bizarre, useless last stand, even if he didn't tell Jade, who was pretty freaked out until I talked her through it. Did she kiss him too? You are not supposed to kiss her, Mr. Noir. You're supposed to kill her. Oh, jeez. Jack feels like... the Slayer Jack looks so ashamed. Like he pissed on the floor. Like a sad dog. 4 times corpse smooch combo? Holy shit. This is too much. Yeah, right there. While Jack watched like a fucking creep. But it worked. Oh my god, Carcat. Is it like your shitty shipping grid is coming true before our very eyes? Remember when you made that ugly thing? Who gives a fuck about shipping or my ludicrous stranglehold over all topics concerning romance? I'm still talking. He woke up alive on Durst and met with Rose. That was the end of the line for Alpha Dave, to my knowledge. He doesn't time travel after that, and he and Rose stay on Durst waiting for the bomb until you start to scratch. But I can't see either of them because the blackout lingering around Rose for whatever reason. Nobody knows what's up with that. Regardless, his job is to plot a course through the ring to find the sun. When he does, either he or Rose will deliver the bomb. I don't know which. Now leave. Now leave. And never darken my door again. Boof. Okay. But now they don't have dream selves left. Whoever goes will be risking their life for good, won't they? That'd be the logical extension of those facts, yes. This is unacceptable. Couldn't I do it? I'm apparently immortal because of this god tier business, so the bomb probably would not kill me. Okay, but don't you think there's a remote possibility that going on a suicide mission to save all of reality would count as a heroic death? Maybe I could try to be not all that brave while I do it? You asshole, of course you'd be brave. That tends to be what happens when you do something really fucking courageous. Yeah, I just don't want to lose anybody else is all. That's just how it is. I've lost friends for way more pointless reasons. You're all out of options here. You'd be risking death just as much as they would. And they're better qualified to handle the mission as the Durst Dreamers. Jade's dream self is dead too, so she's out. Or to be more specific, her dream self is an overly emotional dog who went off whimpering somewhere. I'm pretty sure she's fucking useless. Oh yeah, she mentioned something about that. She said she prototyped her dream self? What happened with that? She doesn't like to talk about it. It's kind of a sore subject. Why? She thinks she's selfish and completely hysterical, and I guess hates the part of herself she represents. But I mean, the thing is, she spent a long time being dead and moving on. It's not like you can just bring somebody back and expect them to give a shit about all the stuff you think is important. I've tried to tell her that her sprite self is probably nowhere near as despicable as she's making out with herself to be. I mean, making herself out to be, you know what I mean. Look, I'm just saying, we've all got flaws. Even her. And for all the shit she's given me on this very subject, she keeps herself dangling from a very high hook. She'd be doing a major personal solid by making at least some attempt to get herself off. Wait, fuck, what did I just say? Wow, I meant let herself off the hook! The fucking hook! It's a figure of goddamn speech! Raises eyebrows. Put those brows back down before my hot acid rage breath burns them off your idiotic fucking face. Okay. I'm putting them back down, so as not suggestively as possible. What were we even talking about? It wasn't this, whatever this is. What this is? It's nothing, you shit. It's been the conversational equivalent of us whistling through our snort barrels while touching each other inappropriately. Was that another weird erotic slip of the tongue? No, that was me being worked up into this ridiculous fucking conniption and saying something inflammatory. God, how does that not be clear by now? Okay, well. What I am getting from this, aside from the possibility that Jade may or may not have kissed Dog Jade at some point, is that neither of them will be able to help with the bomb plan. That's exactly right. The pajama prodigy uses his fucking puzzle sponge today. Besides, Jade is responsible for other important parts of the plan. For one thing, you'll have to wait for her to send you the code for the quills. You can't scratch the mesa without them. She got them from her denizen, or will later on her timeline, now that she lit the forge and woke the monster up. Aren't those the really tough to kill guys? Yeah. Did she kill him? Hell if I know. Her explanation of the entire encounter boiled down to, and I quote, shenanigans. Limed for infuriatingly vague. Anyway, after she gives that to you, she then has to go through the rest of the plan, which is making sure you all survive after the scratch. Minus one of the Durstreamers, of course. The plan revolves around some really baffling hand-wavy mumbo-jumbo, which I don't really understand, but she told me to trust her about it because the info comes from a reliable informant, whitened for smug tool. It involves something to do with a yellow lawn ring, which isn't the human word for it, it's just your word. It's so dumb, I feel dumb saying it. Word for what? I guess your escape plan somehow pivots critically around an unwatered piece of residential property? It doesn't matter what it means. Jade says she has this figured out, and I don't have the time to do much but trust her. The point is, she's all booked up and all too mortal, so she won't be delivering the bomb, and neither will you. The yellow yard, as it were. Okay, well, what about this? Since she is mortal, and I am not, sort of, and I don't need to do the scratch for a while, can I go help her? Maybe she could use some protection. Maybe that is what Dave was trying to do when he temporarily died. Remember, Jack is still on the loose. He's killed Rose and Dave once and me twice. No. Sweet, bleeding, Jesus, Egbert. You keep bragging about your immortality and then brainlessly announce plans to go off and do something heroic. You're going to have the shortest lifespan of any immortal in history. Sorry. Besides, it's a total non-issue. Jack wouldn't hesitate to stab you again, but he won't hurt Jade for some reason. If anything, you could use her protection. Really? I never noticed when looking through her timeline earlier. It wasn't until I was talking to her in those time frames and she told me. He just keeps following her around. I can see him off in the distance in some frames, just lurking there, shadowing her movements. It's incredibly disturbing. He lingers around her until the scratch begins and I lose the feed, never once doing anything threatening. She says she thinks it's because Jack inherited loyalty of her Lucis. If she's right, I guess her Lucis really did offer her the most protection possible by prototyping itself. Albeit by dooming us all. The fucking idiot. That's actually kind of cute. Sadly, he holds no such loyalty to any of us. He regards all of us as ripe for the repeated skewering. Oh, fuck, maybe we should all have dressed like Jade? I can't believe this stroke of genius only occurred to me now. I don't think he'd be fooled. Dogs have pretty good senses of smell. It was a motherfucking joke! Will you look at this mess? Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore. If we can ride this out for a little longer, until the critical moment and Dave/Rose can destroy the sun, Jack shouldn't be a threat. Conveniently, if they're successful, that will signal the beginning of our own escape plan. What's your plan? Apparently the explosion will be so huge it'll be visible at great distances throughout the furthest ring, even from different sessions, like yours and ours. And you won't get to see it because by then your session should be wiped out by the scratch. But we will. The plan is to use it as a beacon, and travel there as a rendezvous point. Rendezvous with who? We've got people there. That's what Jade tells me. Jade knows so many things lately? What is even her deal? Hell if I know. This is basically dream intelligence. Every time she goes to sleep, she has more to ramble about. She says I should go to sleep to find out, but I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to be napping between making all these plans and getting persecuted by this demented honking asshole? So, yeah, we'll meet in the aftermath of the explosion with our people on the inside. Or I guess I should say outside. I don't think they can come with us, though. Come with you where? Who are they? Dead people. As for where, it's not like we're going to stick around there forever. That'd probably be depressing since we're not fucking ghosts. The scratch will reboot your session, your whole universe actually. So somewhere in this dreadful abyss, that new session will start up its own inciposphere from scratch. Look at that, another pun because of using that fucking word every other sentence. Kill me now. But that from scratch, fucking lol, session is what you're shooting for to survive. The idea is for all of you to preserve yourself by escaping there. Through the lawn ring, yes. Once you're there, you'll help us find our way there too. And then we can all finally figure out what the fuck to do with the rest of our lives. Oh, so then this is how we're supposed to meet. That's kind of exciting. Yeah, I guess if enough of us are alive by then to meet. So I guess you're not worried about it turning into a huge sloppy makeout fest anymore? Right, John. You and Veska better keep your hands to yourselves or everybody's going to be really uncomfortable. No interspecies funny business, is that clear? Ugh. I'm convincingly flipping my lid about this, waving my arms around a lot and making my best yelling faces. Wow, look at that. It's time to change the subject again. Huh? Poof! Subject changed! If it works and you wind up in the new session, that's why it'll be important to make sure one of the Durst Streamers stays with you, so they can help guide us through there from the ring. Won't there be other players in the new session? Like alternate universe versions of ourselves or such? Probably. But those chumps won't know anything about us, or all our plans. Why would they? Yeah, it's kind of weird, though. It's kind of a weird thought. So out of everything we just talked about, this is the thing that has you tripping globes. Whatever you say. But I guess it's sort of comforting, too. If Rose or Dave have to go off and die, at least I get to see them again, in a way. Even if I will only be alternate universe John to them, maybe my dad will be alive in that session, too. Okay, maybe, but before you get too excited about that, you've got to make sure you get there first, which means you have to do what I say and stick to the plan. You need to focus on getting ready to start the scratch, and game doesn't make a hard reset that easy to pull off. Once you initiate it, the game throws everything it's got at you, which is one reason why you're the best guy for the job, because of your superpowers and silly, windy bullshit. Okay, I'll do my best. What should I do right now? Get prepared. Make all the equipment you think you'll need. Stay out of trouble. Wait for Jade to send that code. Wait for me to contact you for the first time. And do your best to humor him while he ignorantly attempts to flame you back in the puddle of slime you crawled out of. Please. Oh man, our first conversation ever? Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, but can I just say something in my defense before that happens? I don't actually hate you. I never did. I was deluding myself. Deep down, I'm sure I was always pretty okay with you. Thanks, Carcat. It wasn't a fucking compliment. This scrapbook is now in hopeless disarray. Feel free to examine the clippings while I tidy up. Let's do this one. Meanwhile, flying through space, the courtyard drawl pickpockets the war-weary villain. Liv Tyler takes note. Pick. Furious. Oblivious. Chase, 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 chase. Secret ambush. Has the wallet. What do we have here? Here's one for you. It's a whopper. Are you ready? For what? This huge fucking whopper I'm about to just say. You mean a canard of behemoth's embellishment? What? Or was your resolve finally dismantled by the siren song of all the flame-broiled beef? No. Okay, first, do you even have Burger Kings out in the fucking woods? Why do you reference things that obviously aren't in the woods like terrible burgers? I'll limit my establishments of reference to lumber mills and sugar shanties from now on. Also, there's a Burger King less than 40 minutes from my house. I won't let this stand in the way of new policy, though. There is? Okay, whatever. I'm talking about a dream I just had. I mean, it was a doozy, like, psychologically speaking. Doozy is a slightly dumber word than whopper. Certainly less delicious. It was absurdly heavy-handed. My subconscious was really slathering it on. Like, whatever tangy sludge the king himself squirts on his bargain patties. It's possible that I dreamt it ironically. I don't know. I figured you'd be interested in hearing about it. It's every bit as thick and juicy as half pound of sizzling grade A premium. Okay, this is stupid. We got the burgers out of this conversation. You busy? Yes. Cool. Listen to this. I thought you didn't want me to analyze your dreams anymore. No, but this one's too good to not put under the microscope. With your whole precocious psychotherapy shtick, it's almost laughably symbolic of all my mental problems, assuming I actually have those. It's grotesquely pregnant with meaning. All gestating at least 8 gooey octuplets, thrashing around in my undulating belly full of mind slime. Maybe we can start by evaluating that troubling metaphor. No, look, I just want your professional take on how many things in my dreams symbolize dicks. We've already established that all of your dreams are packed with enough homoerotic symbolism to lift Freudian theory from the ashes of discreditation. Yeah, that's a given, but I didn't even dream about puppets this time. Are you serious? I'm clearing my schedule right now. This is a major breakthrough. I know. It was so much more relaxing and enjoyable. It was about me dying. Repeatedly. Go on. I was in this dark place surrounded by this big flock of crows. God, this is so generically morbid. I'm sorry in advance for exposing you to my unconscious mind's stupid cliches. It's okay. They wouldn't be cliches if they didn't comprise the unanimously understood bedrock of phallic symbolism, with no other viable interpretation. Well, obviously, I knew the birds were just black, screaming skydongs. Just hear me out. I kept dying. There kept being these things, these traps, like I would go one way and get my head chopped off, or go another way and get stabbed or whatever, and every time I died, the dream reset itself, and I was standing there alive and ready to try the escape again. But each time I'd be watching myself from the vantage point of a different crow. Like I was the crow all squawking around in circles, like a macabre flapping douche. I would always watch myself, try to do something different to dodge the trap, but I always ended up dead. Well, if I've learned anything from my extensive skimming over the Wikipedia article on dream analysis, it's that this dream is very unlikely to have any literal significance whatsoever. It's probably not about dying at all. You mean maybe it's about anxiety over maintaining my blogs, or that my beats might not be ill enough? Yes, in fact, if you were on my couch, that would have been my next question, as a licensed professional. Mr. Strider, have you considered that you were actually dread as to have your urban rhymes exposed for what they truly are, which is, clinically speaking, just shy of the bomb? And then we crack up laughing because we both know they're fresher than your mom's change of drawers and tighter than when she's wearing them. Listen to you conjure imagery of my mother in her underpants is definitely keeping us buoyed high above this swirling Freudian hellhole. Well done. Please, it's not like she's my mom. I can visualize her choice ass all I want without it getting much more than moderately uncomfortable for everyone involved. What if you're wrong? About what? Her not being your mother. Don't worry, you're probably safe. Luckily, I can think of no literary or historical precedent for that sort of folly whatsoever. This isn't the first time you've insinuated we're related. What's up with that? Isn't it? No, I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like you've brought it up before, which is kind of weird, but now I don't know. I think I'm getting this weird deja vu thing where I was sure we talked about this. Forget it. Why don't you tell me more about your dream? Okay, so I keep dying and keep being crows and stuff. And then I started to notice something coming from the sky. It was this faint, eerie singing, and I look up, and there's nothing there, just darkness. That's interesting. I've read about this. What did you read? Certain texts say singing from the unknowable void carries a message, that its recipient has been selected for a mission of supreme cosmic importance, that will result in your death and that of billions more, but one that is essential to the perpetuation of existence itself. What the fuck sort of crackpot psychology text would say something like that? It's not from a psychology text. So you're consulting astrology books now. Not astrology, more like zoology. Oh my fucking god, will you put that away? Okay, keep describing the dream though. If the rest of it's incompatible with the prognosis of the zoologically dubious, I will withdraw my insinuation. As they said, who was it that was complaining about the gods from the Outer Ring? Like, ugh, I hate the ones that sing, they're the worst. Here it is. There's not even much more to say about it. I looked up into the sky, didn't see anyone singing, but even though the sky was black, I could see the sun. It was bright as hell, even through my shades. So I flapped my wings and flew up away to it like a fucking piece of garbage, and that's it. This doesn't strike you as an impulse of self-destruction? No, not in the sense that it was a dark, sacrificial zoology mission. It was more like somewhere to go besides watching myself die a lot from the vantage of a feathery murder of dumb, shitty birds. So if I hypothetically were to accept such a mission, or even insist upon one, it wouldn't be in the spirit of genuine sacrifice, but of escape. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, something's wrong. This whole conversation's falling apart. This isn't how it originally went at all. We were making good progress, too. Why'd you have to go and remember? This happened months ago. Does this mean I'm dead? What do you think? Stop it. This is so sick, you using the dream bubble bullshit to pick apart my psyche. Am I dead or asleep? If you're starting to remember, you should be able to tell me. God damn it. Maybe I'm just as confused as you about it. Yeah, right. Am I dead or asleep, Dave? I don't know. Try to remember. Let's go here. Jaspers, I guess I should say farewell to you now. Why, Nepeta? Because this is the end of your timeline, and I don't know what cat puns to you after this. I mean, happens to you after this. That one was kind of obtuse, sorry. What's a timeline? That's a hard question. Okay, imagine a long, tempting strand of yarn. Yes, okay, this is great. Now imagine instead of being made of wiggly, enticing stuff, it's made of what lets you exist. You're right at the twitching tip of it. Don't you see? Look at the sky. Yes, I see the sky and can tell that indeed something is going on. But aside from that, I don't really understand what you said about being being a cat and all. That's fine. You don't have to try too hard. All you have to know is that it's the scratch, and I'm not 100% sure what happens next for you. I still think it's nice how you slip cat things in the things you say. You're so clever and wonderful, Nepeta. What's the scratch? Well, you know Rose's friend John? Yes, of course. Imagine that he's using this great big circle like a really funny scratching post, and it makes all this light come out that changes everything. Just after he starts doing that, the sky goes funny everywhere, and then I can't see you anymore. Yes, that's what it is. I think I understand that completely. I'm a bit nervous for you, especially since you remind me so much of someone I already lost, but maybe you'll be okay? I don't know. I'm not worried, Nepeta, so you shouldn't be either. It's not as if I've never died before. You're a brave kitty, just like Pounce was. Pounce was a cat like me? Yes, she was amazing. I bet you and she would have gotten along famously. And I bet you're right, Purr. Was she nice to sniff? Oh yeah, she smelled really good. And also, she was super beautiful. Wow. Did you ever have someone nice back on Earth who you loved? Rose! I loved Rose! Of course you did. I mean a nice cat who was your mate spread. There was a time I remember I was thinking about girl cats a lot for some reason. I would saunter around the house making all these big meows and looking out the windows with my nose touching the glass, but then Rose's mom took me to this place where I was scared to be for a while, and when I was home again, I didn't do the meows anymore. I guess I didn't think about the girl cats after that, which is just as well because none of them ever came to the windows. Really, not even after I did my biggest meows. That's too bad. I bet a lot of girl cats would have loved to be with you if only there'd been some around to hear your lovely meows. You're really nice to say so, Nepeta. What about you, though? Me? Yes. Well, I've never told anybody about this, not even my Moirail. Actually, he's the last guy I might tell. He's so wouldn't a perv. But yes, I have liked somebody for quite some time. But, alas, he doesn't know it. Why don't you tell him? Maybe you can win his affection by rubbing your cheek against him? That's what I would do. Oh, no, I'm too shy even for that. And he's so adorably grumpy all the time, it probably wouldn't go over well. It's hard to explain. Maybe cats think differently, but trolls tend to be pretty cautious about expressing their feelings when it comes to the flushed quadrant. What's a quadrant? Okay, it has romantic applications, but it's also something more general than that. A quadrant is... How do I say this? A quadrant is a thing in a group of things that consist of four similar things. Like paws? Exactly like paws. I see. That's really easy to get. I think you should tell him that you like him. You might not get the chance if you don't. For instance, I think instead of meowing at windows, I should have just scurried out the door before it could close. Then I might have found a girl cat to sniff. Oh well. I know, but it's not that simple. I could make someone else jealous, I think, and what if he doesn't feel the same way? It's so complicated. Cated. Maybe I just need to let go of the silly infatuation. I think it's never going to happen, honestly. You shouldn't lose hope. I have another story that might give you hope, even though it should be noted again that I am only a cat. Oh? Yes. One time I was with Rose, and I was sitting there dressed up in my suit with her as happy as can be, but then she disappeared. The whole place disappeared, and I was in another place. There was no Rose. There was someone else. I guess I loved her too in time, but never as much as Rose. It just wasn't the same. I kept waiting to see Rose again, but never did, and finally I lost hope that I would, and then I died. But then I became alive again, and I got to see her. I was so happy. That's my story, and that's why I think there's always hope, even if you die. So you're saying that maybe I'll have to die to get to be with him? Maybe. I hope that's not the case, but I guess you just have a different way of looking at things. Thank you for the advice, Jaspers. So, I don't know. This is kind of sweet. Because that's one of the cool things about the way the afterlife works in this setting. Just like, well, yeah, everybody who's dead gets a happy ending. It's the living who have to keep struggling. But the downside of being dead is that you don't matter anymore. Nothing you does matter. Nothing you do matters? You heard what I said. Let's go to Jade Sprite. Dave? Hey. God damn. He made it. And the last one. Hi, John Human. Ugh. Excuse me, alien time troll, but I'm trying to wrap a present. Really, you all have the worst timing. Yes, I can see that. 2 ugly garments and seeds for some kind of strange earth vegetable? Pretty lame present, John. Nope, not gonna ask how you know my name or what I'm sending, and I don't care. And one of those ugly garments is for me. Also, it's not ugly, it's awesome. Not as awesome as something you'll be wearing later on, thanks to me. Uh-oh, my mouse is hovering dangerously close to the block button. It always does that when I talk to trolls. The dangdest thing. Calm down. I just thought I would foreshadow my existence to you at this quaint moment on your timeline. It's way too tempting not to let you know I have taken great care to become a very important feature of your life. Or, for that matter, to let you know that I will be giving you a present so much better than the useless crap you're shoving in that box. I'll be giving you the gift of immortality. Oh, sweet, that's been on my wish list, ranking just below a mint-condition Little Monsters poster, starring Hollywood superstar Howie Mandel. Can I expect it to arrive on my next birthday? Yes, as a matter of fact. Nice guess. It will come at a cost, though. The Mandel poster or the immortality? The latter, jackass. In order for you to claim it, you'll have to be quite gullible and allow me to arrange your murder. I see. Here's where all those sick trolls, all the sick trollings begin. You can keep your present. I'm not interested. But you will be. You will happily go along with everything I tell you to do. And then once I have completely earned your trust, I will kill you, John. The other troll I just talked to was way better, if a tad grumpy. At least she was down with talking about cool movies, sort of. But this is all true. I've seen it already. You have no idea how delicious the dramatic irony is right now. You will die, I will lead you into a trap and watch you bleed to death on a big stone slab with a sword stuck in your chest. There's nothing you can do about it. In fact, it's already happened. That's nice. Now scram, troll. I'll leave you alone soon enough. I was just feeling pretty pleased with myself about all the brilliant plans I made for you and your friends. Stopping by in your past to mess with your head is really just a courtesy, because I like to think we're pretty good friends by the time I get around to killing you. Okay, you got me. My feathers are all ruffled, and I can no longer tell my ass apart from a big orange earth vegetable. Now can you leave me alone? I guess so. But my inevitable grisly murder of you notwithstanding, you're a pretty fun guy to hassle. It'll be difficult sparring with you from the privilege of my company until your game begins. Sparing you from the privilege of my company. That's basically the worst pickup line I've ever heard. Please, John, as if there's any conceivable sequence of events which could lead me to consider you as a viable romantic partner in any quadrant, even the pale ones. Blurp, derp, blah, more plausible alien-sounding things. Weren't you leaving? Yes. Okay, then. I mean, I was going to, but now I guess I'm not. Oh? Why? Because this isn't really happening. It isn't? It did once, but now it's just a memory. I guess I must be dead. Okay, is this conversation over now? Can I keep packing my present? The conversation as it went before is already over. I said goodbye, and then you blocked me. Don't you remember? Well, I was going to block you, but then I didn't for some reason. Exactly. Because we've already been through this. You're either asleep or dead like me. Man, I can't believe I let her trick me like that. Such an amateur mistake. I guess I'm feeling something like deja vu. Maybe. I still don't think I believe you, though. Hey, do you have any recollection of all of the last message I sent to you before I died? I don't even know who you are. Yeah, I figured, just as well. I made some pretty embarrassing confessions to you. I guess I'm getting what I asked for in a way, even though it's not what I pictured. What'd you ask for? I asked if you wanted to, hang out. Was this after you killed me and gave me immortality? Yes. So what do you say? Or what do you think you might have said? About what? You mean hanging out? Yeah. Oh god, this is so ridiculous. You're just a crazy troll on the internet. And I need to get back to packing up this present for my friend. We're not going to hang out, I'm sorry. John, there is no present. You're not in your hive, and you don't have anything to send. She received it a long time ago. None of this matters anymore. If you don't believe me, you're free to look out your window. What would that accomplish? It might help you remember. And you will be able to see me if you want. Oh boy. Try to make sense of this mess yourself. We will continue doing this next time. Making sense of the mess, I mean. Book fused.